Now, a Target 12 consumer investigation, salon safety. We've uncovered serious health concerns at some local businesses. So we wanted to know more about the potential risks if you go to a nail salon that doesn't meet safety standards.
And we also checked on what the state does to make sure your next trip to the salon is a safe one. Target 12 consumer investigator Susan Campbell is here now with what she's learned.
According to records we checked with the Department of Health, the vast majority of nail salons are in good standing. Still, there are 161 licensed nail salons in Rhode Island, 1,600 manicurists, and only one state inspector. The soaking, the polish. It's a little luxury, but one Rhode Island woman told Target 12 that little luxury turned into expensive medical bills. The woman that did my pedicure was jamming the tools and file deep under my skin, she said. A few days later, I began feeling ill. She tells us a doctor had to remove part of her toenail.
We do see it in our practice. Not every day, but maybe once every couple weeks. So it's definitely a real threat and health concern.
Dr. Helena Kuhn is a dermatologist with Brown Dermatology.
The sharp instruments, the pumice stones, just creates little tears that if there is bacteria sitting in the pedicure booth on the instruments, it makes it a little easier for that bacteria to infect your skin.
What are some of the signs or symptoms that somebody might notice?
So bacterial infections usually occur within a few days of the procedure. So if you have redness, swelling, increased pain, perhaps even a fever, something to be concerned about. Fungal infections usually occur weeks to months later, but if you notice a change in the color of your nail, it's indicative of a fungal infection.
Target 12 has learned the Rhode Island Department of Health does about 800 inspections each year at nail salons. Some are scheduled, others are unannounced.
Probably about 40% of the time that our inspector goes out to a nail salon, they'll observe some kind of violation.
But spokesperson Joseph Wendelkin says most of those violations are minor. For example, not having a proper cover on a trash can.
So we don't see an enormous number of major health and safety violations that require immediate action.
When choosing a nail salon, look for licenses for the business and the manicurist. Check for disposable or freshly laundered towels, evaluate the overall cleanliness in the business, and ask how equipment is sterilized. For an extra level of protection, Dr. Kuhn says she advises patients to take their own disposable tools to the salon. With the Target 12 investigator, Susan Campbell, Eyewitness News.
New details in a Target 12 consumer investigation, nail salon safety. On Eyewitness News at 5, we told you the health risks customers could face if a nail salon doesn't meet safety standards.
And new at 6, we're digging into the records of 2 salons with serious violations. Target 12 consumer investigator Susan Campbell joins us now with what she's learned.
In the past year, one nail salon was shut down, and records reveal another was forced to make some serious changes to protect its customers. Sister Salon in Central Falls shut down. Records show the Rhode Island Department of Health revoked the salon's license last month because of grave violations, including alleged drug dealing. Another nail salon was issued a compliance order when the inspector discovered the business was not cleaning, disinfecting, sanitizing, or sterilizing manicuring tools after using them. The salon was also employing workers who are not licensed manicurists.
What our job is to really be in there and make sure that owners are doing what they need to do to keep consumers safe.
How common are problems?
Our inspection form and the inspections that we do are extremely thorough. Probably about 40% of the time that our inspector goes out to a nail salon, they'll observe some kind of violation. A lot of the things are relatively minor that can be addressed day of.
But Dr. Helena Kuhn says some issues aren't so minor and can lead to bacterial or fungal infections.
So if you get a bacterial infection that's hard to treat there, you may have to remove the nail. Often nails grow back. The scarier thing is bacterial infections that track up the arm or up the leg and can get into the bloodstream. It's rare, but it does occur.
Dr. Kuhn says there are some simple things you can do to protect yourself.
There's some great nail salons out there. Again, look for the visible licenses. Ask them how they sterilize their instruments. And then consider bringing your own tools.
And if you see potential problems, report them to the health department.
So if people let us know about conditions or things that they see that they think just might not be right, then we can look into it.
All disciplinary actions against nail salons are posted online. We have a link to the search tool right now on our website, WPRI.com. With the Target 12 investigator, Susan Campbell, Eyewitness News.